All right, guys, here we go. We now have issue 19. So without further ado here, we're going to get a cracking on this. All right, guys, so here's the packaging for issue, or stage, I should say, 71. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up and we're going to get on with it, okay? Okay, guys, so with step A, we have this piece here, which is going to be our skeletal structure, and we're going to be working on this corner right up here. And in this corner, we're just going to be adding in one of these here, okay? So we're going to add these, and we're also going to be adding a light. So what we're going to do is, it's going to be this one. It's going to be the red and black one, and we kind of have to bring it out to a 90-degree angle so that way it'll fit inside here. And then what's going to happen is once we screw it in, the wires are going to come around. So it's going to kind of sit in here, but then kind of wrap around the piece that we're going to be putting in. So let's get with it, guys. Okay, so what I did is I put an AM screw in here. I kind of just put it around. I made sure that this light fixture here was in the spot that it needs to be in, and it's not creating any kind of hindrance. So when we add the next panels on top of this, we shouldn't encounter any issues. So without further ado, let's go on to step B. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to bring this piece into play now, okay? We're going to be using a bunch of BM screws, and they're all going to go through here and through here. However, down here on the bottom row, we're going to put some FM screws, okay, because they're going to go along here. Just remember now, there's a little piece right here. It needs to go underneath here. So I'm just going to basically just place this side in, nice and easy. Should slide in with no issues, okay? However, remember, we still have all these other cords and such, so you might have to just remember that you got to move them out the way, because you're not going to be able to fit the frame where it needs to go. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to move them around so that way we can fit this frame on without any issues. Once I do that, I'm going to place the BM screws in and then the FM screws, and then we should be good to go and almost ready to start going on to step C. And so now what we have got is we've got one loose wire here. We still have our wire here, and this where it's going to need to get plugged into, which we haven't been told yet. But I did all the BM screws, okay, and I put in all the FM screws. When you get over here, it doesn't say to do anything special, because remember, this is our marker lights. So I think we might have an issue with the frame, trying to get this wire underneath the frame and everything. It might become an issue, it might not. I'm not sure, so we're just gonna keep it the way it is. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to step C. Okay, with step C, we're going to focus into this area with the green and yellow, which I've already got kind of prepped for us. And we're going to put it in this slot. We're also going to bring back the other piece, and we're going to put it in here. Now, when we go to the next one, okay, that next cord, I'll let you know where that's going to go here shortly. But for now, we're just going to focus on this. So step D, obviously, is to check the lights. So I have my little switcheroo here, my little switchy switch, and my cables. So we're just going to go ahead and test it out. And all the lights light up. Everything lights up, including all my panels here. They're still lighting up. We still have our light bulb over here, another light bulb here. However, I've been told that this light bulb is going to be in the center of this saucer. So you just hold on to this one. It'll come to us later. All right. So for now, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave everything the way it is for now. And we're going to go on to step E. Okay. Okay, guys, a little frago. I figured out why I couldn't get this the way I needed it. It's this green wire that came from our previous. It's supposed to come from underneath here, go into here, and that's where that is. Because this one is for our next step, so I had to take it out. All right. So without further ado, don't make the same mistake I did, because then you'll come to the same conclusion. Now, however, there is still a free slot on that panel there. I'm not too worried about it. I think something's going to come that's going to fill that slot, since we're not supposed to have any slots empty on these motherboards. So without further ado, let's go back to step E. Okay, so here we are with step D, or step E, I'm sorry. I don't want to get you guys confused. So with step E, we have our outer panel and on our light panels, okay? So what you have to do is you just flip this upside down. You see all the black. If you want, you can go ahead and get a permanent marker, let it sit for a few minutes, and just kind of go over these black spots one more time. The only reason why I did that is because I was afraid of a light leak in here. So I kind of just went back and made sure that no light will come through these windows by kind of just putting more black on it. So what I need to do now is I'm going to put the panel on this side. Then I'm going to take this and use it to cover this. All right. So we'll go ahead and show you all that. So it all popped in. Everything looks pretty good. I did a quick little test on it with some exterior lighting and to see if it would light leak. And it didn't look like it did. So we'll see what these individual lights will do when we start to add those. However, our next step in this one is that we're going to put our basically our light inducer here. And this one, it's kind of simple. It's real simple. You're just gonna clamp it on like this, and then you're gonna grab your BP screws and you're gonna go ahead and put them in strategic places, such as one right here, okay, one here, and then the three coming along on this side, okay? Now, before you screw everything down, okay, you need to make sure that you got your lights in, okay? So the green one will go on this side and the red and black one will go on this side, okay? And so that's how it all looks, guys. We put the BP screws here, 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 and here. You'll leave this one alone, okay? And so we're going to move on now to stage 72. And we got a lot going on the next one, so let's see what we can do on that. Okay, and here's the package for 72. Okay, so with stage 72, we're starting with our metal panel here. Just so you know, it's metal. All right, and you got to flip it upside down. We're going to take our 10 escape pods, and we're going to go put them in. Once those go in, then we put in our black light blocking panels. So this should be very interesting. I hope that it does not cause any light leaks in the process, considering that we're going to have some windows here. And as you can see here, these are the windows. They're very special ones. They're not like the ones on the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start putting these pieces in. When you put them in, though, these black panel pieces, they all have R on them. Okay, we have our phaser strip here. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to put these on, and I'm going to be using the AM screws that we provided, which are right here. The DP screws will come later, and that should be for our phaser strip. Okay, so step B is to take one clear window, one dark window, put it in here, and then attach our light catcher here, I guess you could call that. Okay, so that's all done. We're going to take a look on the other side, see how it looks. And it looks pretty good, guys. I'm pretty content with that. Looks really nice, a little sharp. So that's a plus, guys. That's a plus. So what we're going to do next is step C, and we're going to put our little phaser strip on the piece, and we're going to screw it in with some DP screws, guys. All right, and that is it for stage 72. So we're going to go on to stage 73. All right, and so here it is, all the parts for stage 73. Let's go ahead and open it up and start putting it together. Okay, guys, so for stage 73, we have our little plastic piece here, which then we're going to have to put on these special black and clear windows. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put all these in, then I'm going to put these panels on, and then once I put the panels on, I'm going to have the lights attached to them. We have what looks like 3 wires with 2 lights on each. So this is going to be very interesting, guys. Kind of curious to see where all these are going to go. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to do that real quick, and I'll come back with this all finished and looking sharp with all the windows. All right, guys, so here it is. All the windows are done. All the wires are in. Everything looks pretty snazzy so far, so good. And I'm pretty excited with it. So let's move on to step B. Okay, so I put the panel in. I was able to figure out how to lock this in to get it a little tighter so we don't have any light leaks. Also got this in. Slight gap here. I'm not too happy with that, but it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I also plugged our wires in here, here, and then there was one little slot right there that I was able to sneak it into. So that way it would be pretty good. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead. We'll do a quick little light test. And voila, everything looks good. I'm going to do a quick little test here, make sure there's no light leak, and there isn't. So awesome, no light leaks. Now on the escape pods, no light leaks there, so that's good. Yippee-ki-yay. All right, so we're going to go on because this is all done for stage 73. So we're going to go on to our next stage, which is going to be stage 74. Okay, guys, and here is stage 74. We're going to get on a moving. Now, one thing that we're going to do in this video is we're going to be covering something up. So just follow along, and we'll be doing pretty good, guys. So here we have it, our metal piece that we're going to be putting on. And we're also going to be doing something else special with it. So what I'm going to do is I got all my escape pods. I'm going to go ahead, flip this over, and we're going to put in our escape pods. Then we have our panel here that we're going to use to cover all the escape pods. Okay, so now that that's all completed and looking pretty sharp right there, we're going to go ahead and attach it to the saucer section. All right. So now that I'm pretty confident in what we're doing, and that there's no light leaks. If I have to, I'm going to put some little putty in this area just to kind of fill it. But for other than that, all intents and purposes, there is no light leaks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, slide this over. All right. And we're going to go ahead and put the lifeboats in their respective slots. Okay. So we have that. That's going to go there. That locks in like that. And this one is being a bit of a pain for some ungodly reason. Okay, now all the lifeboats are in, including the ones that are covering the screws. So without further ado, we're going to go to step C, all right? Another fun section here to do. Okay, and so what we have here are these pieces here. I'm going to go ahead and black out these just a little bit more to ensure that we don't have any light leaks. Okay, and that is it for stage, step C. It says that we got to tape it down. So what I'm going to do is just, they give you these little black things, little black strips, so you can kind of tape it down if you want, but I'm not going to do that. I don't think I need to. Okay, so our next step is to take the red wire here and this yellow one. And yellow one's going to go here, the red one's going to go here. Once you lock them in place, you're going to do kind of like another 90-degree angle, but it's going to be kind of awkward. Okay, so I've made a placeholder for them. Next is to take this and put it on top, okay? So this is not the bottom half. This is going to go on the top half. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over. All right. So it's going to be like this. And then we're going to basically just put this right on top like so. So it's going to line up just like so. And then after that, we're going to get some EP screws to kind of lock this in place here. So hang on to your shorts because we got a lot to go next. Okay, and so this is how this goes. And then we're going to have to bring back another piece that we're going to be bringing on back to here. Just remember, I do have a placeholder. So what we're going to do is we have to flip this upside down. So we'll go ahead and do that now. What I did is I ran the wire through here. It seemed to make sense to me. So we're just going to do that. And then we're going to take our piece, just like so, put it here, and go ahead and grab those EP screws that we're going to use. All right, and there it is, guys. Look how sharp that looks. That looks really good. All right, I put those EP screws in. Everything's nice and smooth. Nothing bumped up. Nothing extra. And I also put those marker lights that are needed there. They are in a secure spot. So you know, so that's good. They're not gonna move. Alrighty. So just remember, we got some phaser strips that are going to be coming here soon. So let's look out for those. All right, guys. So that completes our stage here for today. So thank you for watching, and go ahead and keep on modeling, guys. We'll see you on the next one.